Hi friends, this is Coach Ranchod from the Ranchod Law Group, and today we are going to be talking about the persecution waiver. What works in 2024? We're going to be discussing a case study and looking at the processing times and evaluate when you should be applying for a persecution waiver over a hardship waiver or vice versa. I'm an immigration attorney that's been practicing immigration law for over 20 plus years, and let's dive into it. Persecution waiver can be a great option if you have U.S. government funding, and if you are going to choose a persecution waiver over a hardship waiver with U.S. government funding, if you qualify for a persecution waiver, it may be advantageous for you to file for the persecution waiver. Let's look at what the processing times are for the persecution waiver. The persecution waiver is fast as the hardship waiver. However, where we do still see a difference is at the Department of State stage. The Department of State is taking 2 to 3 months with persecution waivers and about 6 to 8 months with USCIS. Here, the persecution waiver was filed for an Egyptian national, and she would be facing persecution if she would have to go back to Egypt because of her political opinions and her marriage to a high-profile dissident. The J1 applicant was the subject of a high-profile asylum case that was widely covered. The couple shared the same political and cultural beliefs about Egypt, and by the time they married, her spouse was already a well-known dissident. Their marriage made clear to the Egyptian government the J1 applicant's political opinions. First, we were able to demonstrate the authenticity and sincerity of the J1 waivers applicant's persecution waiver case by discussing the extreme measures the couple took when they took a prior trip back to Egypt. Because of the J1 applicant's opposition to the Egyptian government and her political opinion made clear through her marriage to a high-profile dissident, she would be subject to persecution. The first step that we took in preparing the case is gathering the evidence demonstrating the persecution, including the high-profile asylum case that her husband had, their shared political beliefs, and the protective measures they had taken. It's really important to provide the necessary documentation in the persecution waiver case because this substantiates the claims that are being made. It's not enough just to make assertions that you would be persecuted if you went back to your home country. We also documented the media coverage and provided comprehensive legal arguments highlighting the exceptional hardship and persecution the J1 applicant would face if forced to return to Egypt. And we were very thankful that due to our preparation, we were able to get the case approved. And of course, you have to celebrate when you get the case approved. This case study illustrates persecution through political opinion. Sometimes a persecution waiver is not the best way to proceed, and we often weigh the persecution factors against the hardship waiver factors to determine which way would be best for you. I invite you to connect with us. Make sure you subscribe to continue to get these updates. And by watching this video, you're bettering yourself. By bettering yourself, you're bettering your family. And by bettering your family, you're bettering the world. Thank you. Bye for now.